So as I began digging into this year's NBA 2K20 MyTeam mode, I noticed many new historic players whose names I did not recognize. Some of these players have cards with juice stats such as 3-point shooting and dunking. Being the curious basketball fan that I am, I began doing research on each of these players, and now I am sharing my research with you through this new YouTube series. In this video, we answer the question, who is Tim Legler? Hello everybody, my name is Chris, otherwise known as the Big Blue Baller, and today we will look at the basketball career of Tim Legler as well as his NBA 2K20 MyTeam card. Some of you may already recognize the name Tim Legler, as I discovered on his IMDb profile that he is an NBA analyst on ESPN. Before becoming a basketball analyst, Legler was a professional basketball player. And at a quick glance, when you search his name online, you'll see that he played in the NBA for about 10 years, and he was the 1996 three-point contest champion during All-Star Weekend. But what you probably didn't know, unless you started diving a little bit deeper and actually reading some of the news articles, is that Legler struggled to stay in the NBA early on in his career, and had contemplated quitting on the league within the first 2 years of his professional career. So after the All-American from LaSalle University graduated in 1988, he went undrafted in the '88 NBA draft and proceeded to jump between the CBA and the NBA for the first 2 years of his career. And originally when I saw the acronym CBA, I immediately thought of the collective bargaining agreement, talking about NBA contracts and NBA salaries, but this CBA actually stands for the Continental Basketball Association, which was a minor league basketball league that existed from 1946 to 2009. And this man struggled very hard to stay in the league. Just looking at the recorded player transactions on basketball.realgm.com, he had been on 7 different teams from 1990 to 1995. And he was on the verge of earning a guaranteed multi-year deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves in 1990. But on the night before the season opener, he was cut from the team and did not earn his guaranteed salary. So 2 different stories. One article that I saw from Baltimore Sun said that he was told at 10 p.m., 2 hours before the deadline, that he was getting cut from the team. In a different article from LA Times, he got a knock on his door around 11 p.m., I believe from like one of his coaches, saying, "You're no longer on the team." Either way, he was told within hours of the deadline in which he would have received his guaranteed money that he was being cut and was not going to be in the NBA. And at that point, according to a couple of these news articles, which I will link in the description, he had contemplated, like I said, leaving the NBA and never coming back. He had played in the CBA 4 separate times, the U.S. Basketball League 3 different times. He played once in France while he was married to his first wife. And he also played in a league for players that were 6'4" and under. And unfortunately, I tried to look up more information on the 6'4" and under league because I found that very intriguing. But I couldn't find any information on it, so if anybody knows anything about this, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate to learn more about this height-restricted league. From what I could find online, Tim Legler was cut most of the time not due to his lack of playing or shooting ability. He was the leading scorer in the CBA a number of times, but he was cut more so due to team-specific needs and their extensive roster depth at the guard position. He was cut by the Timberwolves. According to the LA Times article that I found, he was cut from their team due to the fact that they didn't think he would be able to fill the point guard position, which is what they needed because one of their point guards had just recently gotten injured. And instead they signed some guy that hadn't played for the past few months, but who had experience playing as a point guard as opposed to a shooting guard. But anyways, finally, at age 29, Tim Legler signed his first multi-year deal with the Washington Bullets. And this was in 1995. As I said previously, the next year he went on to be the 1996 three-point champion. He's also one of 3 players including Steve Kerr and Detlef Schrempf, to score at least 50% from the field, 50% from 3, and 80% from the free throw line. Despite only starting 4 games during his 10-year NBA career, he's obviously one of the top shooters to have ever played in the league. He ended up retiring in 1999 as he just turned 33, playing for the Golden State Warriors. In one of the articles I saw online, it was due to knee troubles, and another article is due to just he was ready to be done playing basketball and moving on to the next phase of his life. Either way, he was done then, and later on that year signed on with ESPN as an analyst and has been with them ever since. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at Tim Legler's NBA 2K20 MyTeam card. As you would expect, he's got a very high three-point rating with a 95 three-point shot. He has no Hall of Fame badges, but he does have some gold shooting badges on there, including gold catch and shoot, gold corner specialist, gold tireless shooter, gold steady shooter, gold slippery off ball, which allows him to get around screens and get open faster, hot zone hunter, hot start, clutch shooter, flexible release green machine, and then he also has some silver badges as well, including the Lob City passer badge, the needle threader, and the pass fake maestro. So he's got some solid shooting badges. Obviously, he doesn't have any limitless range or dead eye or anything that you would expect to have for a MyTeam card when you're playing a few months from now with your stacked team. But he would be a good card to start out using early on in domination or in the weekly challenges as one of your emeralds, so you're not spending heavy contract prices on any of your amethysts or diamonds or pink diamonds or galaxy opal cards. So he's a solid role player, just like he was when he was playing in the NBA, but otherwise he's not going to be a superstar player for you on your MyTeam squad. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this very brief run through of the basketball career and MyTeam card of Tim Legler, who I knew nothing about before I started looking up his name. And I'm sure that I am not alone in seeing the number of MyTeam cards that have popped up this year whose names I am not familiar with at all. So if there are any other names that you guys would like me to go over, any other players you'd like me to talk about, go ahead, leave a comment down below. I have a list of about 25 names right now that I'd like to talk about, but maybe there's some that I missed. We'll just have to see. Let me know in the comment who you would like me to talk about in the next video. With that being said, go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the Big Blue Baller Buckets YouTube channel, and leave a comment down below. Go ahead and follow the Big Blue Baller Instagram link in the description. And to all of my Big Blue Ballers out there, let's get that bread, and I'll see you all on the next one.